Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakwakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of earth who teach this truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Low will the videos edifying, low will I can get something from this video. I'm going to go through Wisdom of Solomon. I was going to do a different video, but I stumbled through Wisdom of Solomon 7, and I wanted to get this for brothers, because I was reading down and it was just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, we should, like the brother told me yesterday, you know what I mean, before you seek anything, right, before you try to get anything, get wisdom. Before you try to make sure you please the Lord first. And the importance of pleasing the Lord is way more important than anything we could possibly do as far as in this world, man. Okay, we got to please the Lord, man. And if you look at Solomon and what he did in his rule, right, he pleased the Lord, man. Okay, when he prayed for wisdom, okay, and when he got wisdom, right, to rule the people, right, because we know Solomon went off, in his latter end, right, but when he prays in the beginning, when he prayed for wisdom, everything else was added unto him, right? When he prayed, when he got Sophia, he had everything, man. So much now to where we still live by certain things that, like, the world is ruled off of certain things that Solomon said. You know what I mean? That Solomon did, man. But this is Wisdom of Solomon 7, and 7, it says, "Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon the Most High, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison to her." And he's talking about wisdom. Wisdom is a feminine spirit, right? So it's mentioned as a female. It's not talking about an actual female. It's talking about wisdom, because if you go to Sirach 4, if I'm not mistaken, it also talks about wisdom. Then later on in the chapter, it just says her instead of saying wisdom. Okay, it says, "Neither compared I unto her any precious stone," right? Diamonds, rubies, right? All emeralds, all kind of, stones and all kind of different things. He said, "Neither compared I unto her any precious stone," because there's no stone, no riches compared to gaining this wisdom. Okay, it says, "Because all gold in respect of her is as little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her." Okay, so the chief thing is to get wisdom. The chief thing is to get this truth. The chief thing is to try to be one with Yahweh Shai as much as you can. Now, I know we can't do it fully because we're in his flesh, right? But the chief thing, right, is to try to get right with the Lord, man. Okay, we must try to get right with the Lord, while we yet have liberty. Okay, it says, and by getting right with the Lord, right, you start adopting wisdom. You start seeking for wisdom, and everything else is added unto you. Okay, 10, it says, "I loved her above health and beauty." So he loved wisdom. He loved this. He loved wisdom, right, in the way of righteousness, right, above health and beauty. He loved this understanding above health and beauty. It says, "And chose to have her instead of light. For the light that cometh from her never goeth out." So the light that cometh from wisdom never goeth out. Just like it says in Hebrews 10, 33 on down, it talks about how we were illuminated. And once we began to be illuminated, right? Once we began to be illuminated, right, we became aware of the truth. We became aware of right and wrong, and how to move and how not to move. Okay, it says, "I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light. For the light that cometh from her never goeth out." So the light that cometh from wisdom never goeth out. Okay, it says, "All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands." Okay, it says, "And I rejoiced," and that's, because when he prayed for wisdom, everything else was added unto him. It says, "And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. And I knew not that she was the mother of them." Okay, it says, "I learned diligently, and do communicate her liberally I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth. So this wisdom, right? This truth, right? It says, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth. It won't fail you. Okay. It says, which they that use become the friends of the Most High, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. The Most High hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. Okay, so the Lord leads unto wisdom and directeth the wise. That's why scripture say what? That, the Lord has to choose you. You can't choose the Lord. The Lord chooses who he wants, man. Okay, it says, for in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. Okay, which workmanship, what is skill, right? To get a job done. Okay. But yeah, man, I was going to do a completely different video, and I'm like, I read through Wisdom of Solomon. I just accidentally clicked on it. I went down, I started reading. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't got into this in a minute, man. So, it was it just tells you, you know what I mean? The chief thing to search out what is for wisdom. Okay, this is the best thing you can get. Okay, which is this word, which is this truth, which is understanding of this word, man. Milk, meat, whatever. Okay, the wisdom of this world says what is foolishness with the Most High. So you can't even compare the wisdom of this world with the wisdom of the Lord, because the wisdom of the Lord, right, is going to be enforced once the kingdom come. Okay, the laws, statutes, and commandments, right, that's going to be enforced, and that's going to be a new way of living. Okay, not you heathens, having a different type of, put us into captivity and having a different era, and Moab is ruling. No, it's not going to be none of that, man. And like it says in Daniel, the next rulership is going to be Yahushua and his joint heirs, man, which is the kingdom. Okay, that's why you see America crumbling. And Yahushua told us what to look for upon his return. Okay, so with that, man, Lord, when videos edifying, Lord, I got something for this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakwakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.